Welcome at the Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now, today we're going to talk about the ugly side, the Jamaica's famous Boys and Girls Championships. Just in case you're wondering, ugly side? Maybe it's not ugly to you. Maybe you either don't know, don't care, or a combination of both. But over here, so I make it clear, right? So when it comes on to the youth, especially youths who are staying away from the hostility, right? You know we're not itch to support them. The Boys and Girls Championship are something that I love, just like most Jamaicans. Right? Jamaica produce some very impressive students. Run some times where enough adults are running other countries. But here's the reality. For every one you see and we will produce, there are thousands of youths, right, in the scrapyard. For every 1 alien we will produce, there are thousands, right, who all them can do is tell people, say, no, say me used to run a champs. I want to be very clear. I'm not against champs. I'm for the youths of this country. And even though champs exciting and champs fun, the vast majority of those youths end up being cannon fodder for people's entertainment. The vast majority of those youths do not go on to get any kind of life where them can make any kind of money upon the world stage to provide for them family. And enough of them sacrifice their education for the sake of helping them school win and making people cheer and laugh, and then when school done and champs done, them realize them not have nothing. And them a knock on Mr. Chin door, ask him if he know what can give them. Come on, hit the dislike button. And them days that we are go back to. Right. So when the two comfortable, so we have to shake them now. You've seen it many times. Touch on certain things, there's huge backlash, and then down the road, you see people who are quote unquote somebody dress it up and then don't accept it. So me give it to you now. For every one you seeing, or for every 1 alien, how many of them you say end up in the proverbial scrapyard? How many? Has anybody ever done research on this? Does anybody check the welfare of these students who do not make it to the Olympics and the World Championship stage? Who do not make it to become a superstar and make no bag of money? Is it that Jamaica don't know or they don't care? Which one is it? These children miss out on whole heap of schooling for the sake of tracks. Go and check it for yourself. The majority of schools in Jamaica, right, children don't left with 5 subjects including maths and English. The majority. There are only about 20 to 30 schools in Jamaica you'd consider doing well. Right. If you never look on some of the numbers, then it don't even make sense how that percentage of students can graduate, right, without 5 subjects including maths and English. And I accept that not every student is going to become, quote unquote, right, bright when it comes on to the traditional academic subjects. I accept that. But they must left school with something that can help them in their life. If it's not traditional academics, then it must be some kind of technical subject or something like that. And enough of these children give up a lot of schooling, a lot of learning for the sake of training for go run a champs. Champs is only 1 week out the year. See, you don't want to hear this, Because we know that Jamaica are passionate about its youth. Right? We're not interested in the student athlete, right, who have nothing to them name, but if you tell people, say, say, me used to run a champs. Yeah, man, one time we even qualify for the finals. Say, one time that's all them can do. Sit down on corner, somebody tell people the story. Say, one time we used to. That's it. Champs is fun. Yes, people get together. The social side to it is good. The entertainment side to it is good. Right. But after you don't laugh and skin it and jump up and go a yard, the picnic when you just don't watch race, the vast majority of them are going to struggle in their life. Unless them left school with something. And Jamaica is a place where even when time you left school with something, you can still go struggle. Much less when you left school with nothing. You can dress it up all you want and make it romantic. It's the time where we all come together. Here is the reality. Champs is a business first. All this sentimental come together as one. If champs never done make money, it wouldn't keep. Let me repeat that for the sentimental people. If champs never done make money, it wouldn't keep. If World Cup never done make money, it wouldn't keep. If the Olympics never done make money, it wouldn't keep. If the Super Bowl never done make money, it wouldn't keep. This is business first and foremost. When you hear a TV company spend millions of dollars to get the rights to the Olympics, you think so because them like and want to watch Olympics? You think because we want the Jamaican people to see what going on in Beijing? It's because after them buy the rights to the Olympics, let's say it cost them 100 million, them can then package up some deal and sell it to companies who want to advertise during the time of the Olympics and then make back them investment and much more. This is a business, not because you're watching it paying TV for quote unquote free, right? Means the cost not involved. A big money business this. Jamaica's boys and girls champs is like a baby Olympics. Big money night. Companies spend big money advertise with these radio stations and TV stations. People make a bag of money. You know who don't make a bag of money? Right, that quote unquote washed up student, because that's what people are gonna call them. You washed up. Right. That quote unquote washed up student. Right. When the lights lock off a stadium, future get dark. You see what I just did there? Get it? When the lights lock off a stadium, them future get dark. Yes. When them up on the coaster bus, I shuckle back and forth, left and right now coaster bus, squeaky coaster bus, will probably all because the school can't even get them a new bus. Champs done. Then last year at school, last year at champs. What me I gonna do now? You know who don't care about them at that point? Jamaica. Same Jamaicans that jump up and watch them race. You know who don't care about them at that point? All the big companies that make money off of champs. Good luck. Hope things work out for you. No, I don't proclaim to have all the answers. But I can tell you, a couple of things need to happen. Schools need to make sure, say. I mean right across the board, because you have some schools that have standards and some that have none. Sometimes I see some of those students win races and go in front of the mic and talk. And I have to put the TV on mute because it hurt the ear. 17, 16-year-olds I talk like say them don't even know A from Bullfoot. And people see this and they say nothing because, well, as long as they run and win race, me alright, who cares about them? These companies will make so much money off of champs. How about them work out some kind of fun, a pool of money if you say after students left champs, right, them can then dip back into this pool, right, and maybe go do one course of art, or maybe go learn to fix engine, or maybe if you go learn to take up wiring or something. Because they make a whole heap of money off of the youths them. I mean, they care about the youths them, right? Surely some of the profits, right, can be put back and say, the thousands of youths them who don't make it to the Olympics, if them end up fall upon hard times, you can say, so one local packager, try to help yourself. If you burn it up and do nothing with it, that's your business. But at least acknowledge that these students are helping to make a lot of people rich except themselves. I'm not saying you should pay student athletes, right? But when them left school, when they are no longer track stars, when they're no longer entertaining us, them supposed to can fall back on something and say, well, the schooling thing never work out for me, but the course that cost X amount. Remember I said we did win 3-4 race and make the whole stadium jump up. Right. And them say, yeah, oh, we check by the database and it's true. You were the class 2 champion, you did come 5th, you did come whatever. So you look a grant to help yourself. Because these same woke companies, right? Enough of them go let them woke. They must start to follow the American companies them now. Right, woke companies. Then go and let them care about the youths. And them tell you say we gave millions of dollars. Alright, to seem to not have money for give it. Who better than the youths them who literally help put money in our pocket? Who better than them? Or only could just release the data and show say, you know what? 90% of the students who got champs, I mean the whole of them, end up becoming athletes and making X amount of money and can provide for them and them family. Therefore, don't listen to what the little YouTuber say. I've used him on. They could do that. But they probably can't do that. The very people who organize champs probably can't give you that answer. How much of them youth end up actually becoming superstars? And what happened to the ones them who don't? We could go even further. Enough parents only love them pitney when time them feel say the pitney got turned to the next Usain Bolt. So when time in that school and him say, him have to go train and say, yeah man, go on man, boy. In fast you see? Boy, he might be next big thing. Track and field or something more. One injury and your career done. One injury and your career done. And all of a sudden, that boy who was once the apple of his quote-unquote family's eye, because them think him never go Olympics, go make millions. After one Achilles injury and he can't run no more, all of a sudden, him turned from golden boy to this big cruff in the yard. When the same family tell him to prioritize athletics over in education. The boy just big on vocalist. Every day he meet up in the yard. Just 3 years ago in the dark champs. He was the light of their lives. But he not gonna make no millions now, he not gonna be no superstar now, so. In turning a cruff. No family who see them daughter I burn up the track at champs. Right. Think she shall go be the next Elaine. Cook food for her. Right. Treat her like a queen. Under the disguise of quote-unquote love. Suddenly, one knee injury. She go from being the golden girl in the family to this big careless girl with no ambition. Because, again, she never really get the education or the skill or the trade or whatever. All I hear is, all this girl do each up in the yard, and then they go find sitting though. These youths are still youths. Enough of them dedicate them life to champs. Enough of them sacrifice a lot for our entertainment. Like the Jamaican people who love about the youths. If you really care about the youths, we look more into this. And what happened to those youths who don't become the surfers and the Shelleys. Students competing, it's all fun and entertainment. I get it. It's a great time. But just remember how long you watch champs and how much schoolers track star you see. And then remember how many of them you see on the Olympic stage and the World Championship stage. And then ask yourself, then I want them to the rest. Yeah, good question. I want them to the rest. You look like nobody no know. You look like nobody no care. Congrats to all the student athletes them. Some of them go on to become big time stars. Make Jamaica proud on the international stage. But the rest of them who don't become the quote unquote superstar. Once you can understand, say, life not done at champs. Right. There's a whole different world after champs. And you need to do everything you can to prepare yourself for that world. Because that world is cruel. And in that world, the bad man come save you. So try and juggle both if you can. Anyway, Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Ultra squad, stay circling. Bless.